I mean, just as I sing Major Pride's praises, they pull something like this. They go over-aggressive, right? This is sure they are making good aggression for 2 of their shifts so far this match, but this third one is a little bit beyond the pale. You're right, shifting away from that high ground area where they knew there were teams scrapping. You could just third party exactly like SEM9 are doing right now, and they might have just lost the game for it. Influence Rage and SEM9 looking good to try and take this one. What are the 2?
Yeah, it's crazy. The 2 4-man teams, Brute Force and Major Pride. We were certainly thinking it's either one of the 2 to take the win, but instead now, the duos that have been quiet all the time, looking in a great spot now. They do have a bike, by the way, Brute Force to rotate with. He popped that out of his inventory. Maybe it'll come into play as they do get that confirmation there. So they will be in the top 3. They get the reset back up to 3. First, he has 3, so he can toss one over to his teammate in case Neds doesn't have a first aid. It looks like he want to get down the smoke first. They will first aid up. There is that bike. Will they use it? Well, they have the zone, so no need for it just yet.
Now they can start to use this Western Hillside, though, a little bit more effectively. Without the threat of players on D+, of Major Pride who rolled on in, they can maneuver a little bit more strongly, take shots back towards SEM9 without the fear of it being a third party. I'm wondering what Influence Rage can do here, because they have got those sightlines down the coast.
Influence Rage. If Federal swam across that whole way, he would have had the perfect timing onto the backside. But being a duo and getting the zone, it's a tough call to make, to be over-ambitious like that. We'll see where Circle 8 goes before we close into nothingness. And it favors everybody, more or less. So I don't think we'll see too much movement. Brute Force having to make the most of it. And they get closer. They'll get a nade distance Federal. I don't know if Federal has any nades to work with, though. But Wido does have 3.
I think they're all going to be looking to make this swim, just one after the other, biding their time. Zado's made that central area. In-law, I think, is going to hear these steps from Kenny, who's hit the deck now, crawling forwards. Federal very split from the rest of it. Influence Rage playing far apart from one another, and that's got to be such a heavy burden on Kenny to not go for the peaks down towards the coastline. He's waiting so patiently, but Law is right there. They are waiting. He's not in the next circle, I don't think, Law, so he's going to have to move as well.
Oh, the swim maneuver coming out from Mine. Just getting the info. Somewhat safe in the water. Just as I say that, almost gets taken down, so he's going to think better of that. One last nade for Federal. He's got to make this one count. He tosses it, he launches it. Can it get a knock?
Oh,
he does! Mine even got the first aid off, but it was right on the money. And Federal going very aggressive here. Maybe to look for the flush, but definitely to apply pressure. He wants that middle ground area going into stage 9, and I think he just got it. He isn't going to press any further. Catches a player out, drops into the water. Federal has the ammo to use. Law, meanwhile, focused on the north side.
Sees Kenny completely. He sees them around the edge of the tree, but he's hit the deck and Kenny evades the damage. He's going to just fall off. I don't think he knows, but is again, Law is going to see the player hit the deck, and Kenny should go down to the nade from Law. Influence Rage just marching in, and this is the consistency that you highlighted from the roster. Another nade over the top, and they will continue to keep up the pace. A lot of damage inflicted from this eastern side, and Influence Rage look to keep it on going. Brute Force, though, they're back up to 3. Federal has his work cut out around the headland here. Needs to hold off. EBS is there. He's spotted. Doesn't even go for a shot. He was waiting for more to pass, but the Trinket Discipline comes back to bite him. It's all up to Law. One player to handle it. He can't do that. It's SEM9 up top, and it might be Brute Force to roll on through. As third place Influence Rage will fall. Just the one player up top to deal with. Brute Force, 10 eliminations. Want to make it. The double twigs up to 11 on the chicken dinner. They just need this last player to go down. Depp hiding in the grass.
Might just deny it too. As yet shifts into the blue and denied, but still a massive win out of Brute Force. You called it. If they could control that west side and come in, they could take the win. Of course, it was Major Pride's game to win, but they made that